the Trump administration's drastic cuts to U.S. overseas aid were overseen by a campaign ally who cultivated a history of animosity across multiple agencies during Trump's first term and has been publicly identified as allegedly participating in the January 6th Capitol insurrection. This individual, a former Marine and conservative activist from Dallas, held brief, one-year appointments at the State Department, Commerce Department, Defense Department. His tenure was marked by controversy. In 2020, a 13-page complaint filed through USAID's dissent channel, a mechanism for foreign service employees to voice constructive criticism, accused him of undermining and micromanaging staff, leading to a rapid deterioration of a small department focused on political transitions. Critics contend that he's employing the same tactics at USAID: laborious reviews and ambiguous directives. Furthermore, volunteer activists, in a widely circulated investigation, claim photographic and video evidence places him inside the Capitol building during the January 6th riot. While he hasn't been charged with any crime, when confronted with these allegations by D Magazine, he refrained from addressing his presence at the Capitol, instead dismissing the claims as petty smear tactics and desperate personal attacks. The impact of his leadership on USAID extends. Internal directives have resulted in both defunding and demoralizing staff. A striking example of this is the removal of photographs depicting aid programs around the world, a literal stripping of visual reminders of USAID's mission. A directive was issued to remove all artwork and photographs from the offices and common spaces across all buildings. This reflects a broader pattern of cuts, vividly illustrated by the publicized elimination of $45 million in scholarships for students from authoritarian Burma, a move celebrated by those seeking efficiency. This individual's actions, from his alleged participation in the January 6th insurrection to his management style characterized by micromanagement, undermining, and the issuance of vague, laborious directives, paint a picture of a deliberate The 13-page complaint filed by USAID staffers offers a detailed account of his alleged behavior, highlighting concerns about his leadership and its negative consequences for the agency's mission. The removal of artwork and photographs from USAID offices symbolically represents the erasure of the agency's work and the broader consequences of the administration's approach to foreign aid. The $45 million cut to scholarships for Burmese students serves as a stark, quantifiable example of the impact of these policies, highlighting the human cost of these decisions. The lack of a direct response to the allegations concerning his presence at the Capitol during the January 6th insurrection further fuels concerns about accountability and transparency. The overall picture suggests a systematic effort to reshape USAID, not through constructive reform, but through a strategy of defunding, demoralization, and the imposition of a management style that prioritized control over collaboration and effectiveness. This pattern of behavior, spanning multiple agencies and culminating in his alleged participation in the January 6th events, raises serious questions about his fitness for public service and the broader implications of his actions for U.S. foreign policy. The consequences of these actions extend beyond the immediate impact on USAID, impacting the lives of students in Burma and potentially undermining U.S. credibility and effectiveness in international development. The silence surrounding the allegations of his presence at the January 6th riot, coupled with his dismissal of the accusations as petty smear tactics, further underscores the lack of transparency and accountability within the administration. The overall narrative reveals a systematic effort to dismantle, demoralize, and ultimately redirect the purpose of USAID, raising concerns about the long-term consequences for U.S. foreign policy and international development efforts. The lack of accountability and the apparent disregard for the agency's mission call into question the integrity and effectiveness of the leadership decisions made during this period. The systematic dismantling of the agency's visual representation of its work, through the removal of artwork and photographs, symbolizes the broader erosion of the agency's mission and values.